You know when you buy something nice for yourself and then you decide to wait weeks, months, maybe even years before you allow yourself to eat, drink, wear, or use that thing? Yeah, why do we do that? I'm mainly asking myself because I bought this Maiko matcha powder from Matchaologist. I'm not even kidding, like 8 weeks ago, and I have just been waiting on it. Mind you, I have been wanting this matcha powder for the longest time. Every single time I went to the Matchaologist website, it was sold out. Suddenly, I got it in my hands, alhamdulillah, and look at me just sitting on it. Haven't even opened it, don't know what it smells like, don't know what it tastes like. What is wrong with me? And if you do this as well, what is wrong with you? We need to get to the bottom of this because this is not okay. Today, we're putting an end to that nonsense, and we're gonna use this matcha powder for the first time. This matcha powder claims to be a full-bodied ceremonial grade matcha with subtle floral aromas. I'm more excited about the fact that this is supposed to be full-bodied because you know me, I love a rich tasting matcha powder. So we're gonna try this today and see if it gives what it needs to give. This was really pricey too for this little tin. What is this, 20 grams? Girl, expensive. So we're gonna try this right now. There is no way that this is 20 grams. You guys, look inside of this tin. It's half empty. Half empty. I think it's time for me to invest in a matcha scale because this is crazy. There is no way. This is the greenest homemade matcha I have ever made, and I use the same amount that I always used, 2 teaspoons, and it is a deep, rich green, deeper than anything else I have made. So I'm excited to taste it. When I was whisking the matcha, it was giving me like more nutty aromas than floral ones. So that is exciting too because I love me a nutty matcha. So let's try this out and see what it's giving. Oh, she's full-bodied for sure. Wow. Okay, I see the hype now. I see why Maiko matcha powder. Hey, mama, you want some? You can't have any. But I see why this matcha powder is always sold out because this is, I want to say a 9.5 out of 10. Like you guys, this is really good. She's staring at my matcha right now. This is one of those matchas that you quite literally down in one sip. Like there's no sipping this matcha. I am about to chug this because it is so good. It looks like this is actually worth the hype and might be like my special day matcha because I know I said that we need to be enjoying the nice things that we buy for ourselves now, but this is a very tiny portion of matcha and I don't know when they're gonna be in stock again. So I'm gonna use this sparingly until I can possibly get like a bigger bag of it. But this is really good, guys. She gets a 9.5 out of me. Okay, I want to say 10, but I feel like a 10 would have to be a very full-bodied and naturally sweet matcha. And I don't think this matcha is sweet on its own. I would have to try it like as an asucha, which is kind of scary. I don't really like to drink matcha without sweetener, but if I were ever to come across like a naturally sweet matcha powder, like it would be endgame. It'd be over. That is so good. Wow. So, as you guys can tell from the title of today's video, we're going to get into a little day in the life. I'm going to be taking you guys along with me. We have quite a bit to do today, actually. Right after I gulp down that matcha, I need to get this workout in badly. I'm doing a little Grow with Joe home workout. For those of you who've been here for a while, you would know I love her workouts. I literally run them into the ground whenever I, for some reason, feel like I hate the gym all of a sudden. So yeah, right now I don't hate the gym though. It's just that our apartment complex is currently renovating the gym. So until then, I'm just gonna have to stick to home workouts. But once we're done with the home workout, I've got some unpacking and some planning I wanna do specifically for the office space here in our apartment, which is technically the second bedroom. But I'm super excited to decorate and make it like a really like functional space that works for multiple purposes. You guys will figure out a little later why, but really excited for that. And then I have dinner later today with my cousin Fight Cat, which should be super fun. So looking forward to doing all of that. This matcha is not gonna drink itself, so let me go gulp that down, get this workout in, and then we are gonna get started with the day. So we just got out of our call, which was longer than I expected it to be, but very informative. I am about to pray, and then I actually have to head out to go to my P.O. box because I have to pick up a package, also print a document. Very inconvenient that we don't have a printer in this apartment. I'm definitely gonna add that to my list of things to get, but yeah, I'm gonna have to leave for the sake of printing a single document, which is a bit annoying, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So I'm gonna have to do that before I get any sort of unpacking done in the office space because girl, the way the time is flying today, it's already 2 p.m. Our dinner reservations are for 8 p.m. I'm obviously gonna need some time to get dressed. I also wanna maybe, possibly, if only, inshallah, shoot some content before I head out to dinner. But we'll see how the day plays out, honestly, because right now, like, my energy levels, I don't know what just happened, but I am like crashing after that call. Not to mention, although this was a very like cutesy, tasty meal, I don't think it filled me much. Maybe it's something about the way I make chia seeds, but everybody says chia seeds are supposed to be really filling, but I don't feel that full. Not only do I not feel that full, but I'm low-key having a stomach ache, and it happens to me every single time I eat chia seeds. I don't know what's going on, but I know that the day is quickly moving by. So let me get up, go pray, head out, and then we can get started on setting up the guest room / office space. Just made it back from my mailbox, and we are now in our second bedroom / guest room / office space / film room / co-working space / a lot of different spaces. This is just a multifunctional room, and I love that. It's super big. I'm gonna show you guys in a second what it really looks like, but first, the reason why we went to the mailbox is because your girl just got an ultra human ring. Yes. Finally, alhamdulillah. I actually planned on buying one until Ultra Human reached out to gift me one so I could test it out for you guys, which is so exciting. So thank you so much to Ultra Human for this ring. We are gonna unbox it together in today's video, and I'm gonna give you guys my honest first impression experience, I guess. If you aren't familiar with the Ultra Human ring, it's essentially similar to an Apple Watch, except it's a ring. So it's a lot more sleek, it's a lot less bulky, it's stylish in a way. And I feel like it has a lot more potential than the Apple Watch to me personally, because I just could never sleep in my Apple Watch. So I couldn't even think about tracking my sleep. And I don't even know if you can do that on Apple really, but I know that Apple Watch is good for things like tracking your steps, the differences in your stress levels maybe. But from what I hear, the Ultra Human ring does that and more. So I'm so excited to unbox it with you guys today and show you guys what it looks like. Oh, here it is. I'm so excited. Okay, so first impression, very big box for a very little item, but I guess the more protection, the better. I am going to lift. Oh my God, I feel like I feel like I need to be super careful with it because it looks so delicate, but at the same time, like, it has to be sturdy. Like, people are using this in their day-to-day life through sleep, through work, through exercise, whatever it may be. So this is what it looks like. I got the gold band. I'm not sure if that's the exact like name on the website, but this is their gold band in a size 7. Now, this is what the ring looks like on. I did receive a sizing kit in the mail before the actual ring arrived. So in the sizing kit, there are a bunch of different size like plastic rings for you to try. Also a little chart showing all of the different colors that these rings come in. I obviously chose gold because I'm a gold girly. I really only wear gold, to be honest, so it only made sense. First impression, it is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. I think it looks even bigger on this hand because of my engagement ring, so I probably will end up switching it to my right hand, but I don't know, maybe I'll get used to the way it looks like this. It doesn't look bad, it just looks much larger when it's next to my very small engagement ring band. But I can't wait to set it up. Really what I'm most excited for is being able to track my sleep, because although, like, I'll be honest, I be sleeping, or I allow myself to at least get up to 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours of sleep per night, because I know that I operate at my best self. And of course, alhamdulillah, I have a very flexible job schedule that allows me to kind of, you know, add a little extra hour of sleep if needs be. However, some nights, guys, like I will sleep 8-9 hours and still wake up feeling tired. And I really want to get to the bottom of why that is. I have a feeling this ring is going to tell me that I am not like in deep sleep, like I'm not getting REM sleep, which could be for a lot of reasons that I am causing to myself. For one, I love to sleep with the TV on. And two, sleeping with the lights on, or sleeping with a night light, sleeping with things that kind of like distract me from the fact that I'm sleeping. I don't know why I have gotten into the habit of doing such things, especially in adulthood, but I definitely have a feeling that they are probably stopping me from having super deep sleep as my body needs. So I really am just excited to use this for tracking my sleep, but also being able to like track my steps in a much more stylish way. No offense to Apple users, Apple watches. I'm just tired of my watch, to be honest. I'm tired of having to change the band every single time I want to wear an outfit that I feel like the band doesn't match. Like, it's just very big and bulky sometimes, and I'm not always in the mood to wear it. Definitely not in the mood to ever wear it to sleep. I just feel like that wouldn't be a comfortable experience, but I could definitely see myself sleeping in this and just going about life in this. So I'm super excited to test it out for you guys and let you guys know my honest thoughts. I believe this also tracks like your temperature, so it can also keep track of your cycle, letting you know when your period is about to start, when you're ovulating, things like that. It has the potential to be a really great tool to use in day-to-day life. I will let you guys know, of course, over the next couple of weeks what my thoughts are. I believe it needs 2 weeks to calibrate. So over these next 2 weeks, a lot of the data probably won't be accurate because it's getting to know me and my stress levels, my sleep, my steps, I guess everything. So I'm just really excited to see what the app is saying at the end of 2 weeks. I don't know if I mentioned it, but all of the information and data that the ring is tracking can be accessed through the Ultra Human Ring app. So I'm gonna go ahead and download that and play around with this a little bit before we get into this room. So behind me, we have our everything room, and I want to take you guys along the layout I have in my head for how I want this room to play out. So behind me, we have the first corner of the room. Over here is the closet to the room, which right now is really just serving as a storage closet. I just have a bunch of my super fancy dresses, suitcases, some clothes I don't want, a chair that doesn't fit in our island. We even have our bedding situation for when this room does turn into a guest room. So I have the same air mattress that I had in my last apartment that we plan on using here as well whenever we have guests. So everything that we would need to turn this room essentially into a guest room is inside of this closet. Okay, Mimi. Bye, Mimi. I'm just gonna leave it cracked for her. But as for this corner of the room, I don't have many big plans for this area. As you guys can see, there is already a bookshelf that has been propped up here. I feel like this is gonna be the permanent home for this bookshelf, honestly. It's just a matter of figuring out what I'm gonna put on it. In my last apartment, I honestly did not finish decorating this. I just threw on it whatever I could find around my apartment, just so it wouldn't be so empty looking. But I wanna be really intentional about how this bookshelf looks because it will be in the background of majority of the videos videos I film in this room. So yeah, I need to look up some inspo. If you guys have any ideas though, let me know. I do have all of my books on the floor in this section already. Next up is this wall behind me. As you guys can see, we already have a dry erase board put up right here because my desk is literally right underneath it. So I just want to have easy access to my dry erase board whenever I need to plan out my months, you know, my monthly resets, things like that. As for this wall, I do plan on following the layout a bit that I essentially had in my last office space. I don't know if I showed you guys the final result, but essentially I had a little clothing rack here, which was just supposed to be like a little functional decor piece for myself. So somewhere that I could place gifted dresses or dresses that I have to use for an upcoming collab on. And it kind of served as a piece of decor in the background of my videos, which I kind of liked, but I also really just like the functionality of it, to be honest. So I do plan on using that same clothing rack right in this section. But in the event that we do have guests, I plan on uprooting my clothing rack, probably pushing it into the closet or something, because this is actually going to be the wall where the air mattress is pressed up upon. So essentially this would be like the headboard, which is why I have these wall art pieces on the ground right on this wall, because I'm contemplating putting them on the wall. Only the real ones will remember where these wall art pieces are from. These are from when I was living in my mama's house in my bedroom. I had 3 of these, super cute, and I really want to repurpose them. I don't know if I want to keep the prints that are inside of the frames just yet. It really depends on what the color scheme in here ends up becoming. I don't have like a super strict like idea in terms of colors and decor, things like that. I just know that I want it to be fun, especially because the walls are so white in here. Like I want to bring some color in here for sure. So I'm thinking of finding some prints that, you know, essentially are still like Islamic wall art, but just have a lot more going on than like the beige pink kind of vibe. So I don't know, should I put these on the wall? There's 3 of them. And I feel like if I put them on the wall, like they will look nice whenever we set up the air mattress and guests come over. But with the clothing rack going on this wall, I'm not sure if it actually makes sense to put the wall art pieces up here. So you guys comment down below and let me know. Behind me is probably the most chaotic wall in this room right now. The movers, I just had them set the desk in that corner up there. I actually feel like it kind of works because I don't necessarily like that there's a split in the window. I wish the entire wall was covered with window essentially, because then I just have more outdoor lighting. But since that is the case, I plan on making sure that that desk is centered with that wall. So the windows kind of work on both sides to give me good lighting, if that makes sense. I don't know if y'all are catching my drift, but if you are into shooting content and lighting, you will kind of understand why I want to be in the middle. I do plan on setting up this little panel light in the middle, basically where that wall is. So the windows will only add to the lighting that I already have set up. Obviously, if we are pushing the desk off to that corner, that leaves this super big corner over here empty and lonely. So I was thinking of getting another desk, but hear me out. Obviously, this desk is for the purpose of filming content, doing my makeup, skincare, things like that. It doesn't really help when it comes to editing per se. Like I'm not the most comfortable editing and doing computer work on this desk because it mainly serves the purpose of shooting content. So I was thinking of getting a cute little corner desk for that corner to essentially be the editing station or just a computer station in general. My husband is bringing a desktop, like an Apple desktop computer. I don't know what they're called, but I don't like the idea of putting it on this desk because then where am I going to film? Exactly. So for that reason, I'm thinking of getting a nice little corner desk to go in this area over here to kind of serve as like the computer station. So that's where we'll edit. If my husband has any work he needs to do from home, he can do it in that corner as well. And it kind of just works out for the both of us, like a cute little co-working space. Although I don't know how I feel about him working next to me while I'm shooting content. Like I don't know if I'll feel that comfortable, but I do like the idea of a corner desk. I'm just a little bit scared of it possibly looking a little bit too stuffed. But again, as I mentioned to you guys, I plan on pushing that desk off more to the corner anyway. So I feel like it has the potential to work out. Really right now, it just comes down to measuring that area and figuring out like what size desk will work in that area without cluttering it, if that makes sense. And then for the final wall in our everything room, I actually don't have any plans for this wall, to be honest. But what I will say is that I can't wait for my husband to come break these boxes down. As you can see, they're almost my height. Like there's no way I'm breaking windows down. So he's gonna have to come and sort that out. But maybe it would be a smart idea to put the wall art pieces that I was thinking of putting on that wall on this wall, because this wall is just gonna end up empty if I don't end up putting anything over here, to be honest. So maybe that would be a smart idea. I haven't thought that far just yet, but let me know what you guys think of how I am planning to make use of this space. I just love the fact that it will be a multi-purpose space. Really, the decor, when it comes to decor, the most important thing is that whatever is directly behind this desk looks aesthetically pleasing, because that will obviously appear in the back of whatever content I'm shooting at this desk. But I am excited to put together this room and to see it come to life. I did tell y'all that we were going to get some unpacking done today, but I don't know how far we will get in here, to be honest, because it is just chaos, as you guys have seen so far. So I think for now, I'm going to focus on just the desk area so that it's at least functional. And then we will slowly but surely bring this vision to life over the next couple of vlogs. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Right now, it's 5 p.m. and my dinner reservations are for 8, but I will probably need to start getting ready at 6. So with the little bit of time that we have, I'm gonna go ahead and situate this area, unpack a little bit, and then I will check in with you guys later. All right, you guys, it is a little later in the day, but your girl is dressed, just finished putting together this look that some of you might recognize from when I went to Mexico City last year. This top is actually a bathing suit cover. I think it's from Target, but I'm not 100% sure because I've had it for a long time now. But the skirt I'm wearing is from Naked Fashion, I believe. Scarf is veiled, and in the bag is Dolce Vita. Super, super cute. Honestly, y'all, I could not for the life of me find anything to wear today. Like, I was low-key just about to bum it out and say, you know what, I am just gonna throw on some jeans and a t-shirt and call it a day. But I said no. You wanna know why I said no? Because for the last couple of weeks, I have been in nothing but athleisure and sweats. Why? Because of this move. So I wanted to give myself the opportunity to dress up, remember who I am for a second, okay? And I'm really happy that I took the time to do that today, because you need this once in a while. You really do need this once in a while. Like, moving is not for the weak. I have just been out of it. Moving twice within the span of a year is not easy, but alhamdulillah, the hardest parts are behind us. Looking forward to just settling into this new environment and seeing what Atlanta has to offer. Inshallah, it's all good things, blessings, and just opportunities. I'm so excited. So excited. Like I said, we're going to Delbar. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but we're going to a restaurant called Delbar. It is a super cute Mediterranean spot here that just opened up, I think, last year. It's halal too, so I'm really excited. I was looking up all the videos on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, and like the vibes in there are really cute. So I was like, okay, I can't just walk in there looking like anything. So had to put together this super quick fit. I don't want to waste any more time because Fika is waiting for me. So let's go to dinner.